Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry for the late video. I wasn't really planning on making this today. I was going to wait until after tomorrow morning's games. But since I was going to wager on a game anyway, I decided to make a video. So we had to take some unscheduled time off because of the heat wave and the KBO game cancellations. So crossing my fingers and hoping that they don't cancel tomorrow's games. So let's take a look at the schedule. Looks like we have a full schedule. Doesn't see any forecasts for any potential cancellations. I did look at the schedule before I started the video, and the games I'm going to look at are the Eagles at Bears, Wiz at Dinos, and Lions at Tigers. I'm going to pass on the Giants and Landers because I think they're two mediocre teams, although I do lean towards the Landers. And I'm going to pass on the Twins and Heroes. I think I actually like the Heroes in this spot, but not enough to take them as a potential upset. So let's take a look at the first game, Eagles at Bears. We got Eagles pitcher, ERA is 3.34 with a 1.47 whip and a 2-0 record against the Bears. And then going against the pitcher for the Bears with an ERA of 2.66 and a 9-4 record. I think for the most part, just a slight edge with the Bears pitcher. Take a closer look at the pitcher for the Eagles. Pretty solid performance, recent performance-wise. So I don't think there's anything that we really need to go into here. Let's take a look at the other guy. His last two performances against the Twins and the Lions were solid. A little shaky against the Dinos. For the most part, I think both pitchers are pretty solid. Based on the eye test, I lean towards the Bears, but I think there's potential for an upset here with the Eagles. The other team would be a decent pick, so let's move on to the next game. Wiz at Dinos. I'm not gonna lie, I do have somewhat partial to the Wiz, even though the Dinos are pretty decent at home. We got Logan Allen for the Wiz. 3.08 ERA with 1.34 whip. Last three games against the Dinos, Giants, and Twins is pretty solid. Only gave up one earned run against the Dinos back on the 30th. He did okay against the Giants, but the Giants aren't that good of a team. The Twins, he only gave up one run, pretty decent showing. So far, I like what I see with Logan Allen. So Riley Thompson is the starter for the Dinos. 5-0 win-loss record for Riley Thompson. But last game he played against the Landers, he gave up one run, which is what he was supposed to do against a bad team. Then against the Bears, he shut them out. And against the Tigers, he only gave up 3 earned runs. So far, most of the pitchers are pretty strong. Their ERA is practically the same. I'm going to lean KT Wiz here, and I'm probably a little bit biased, but I don't think you can go wrong with, based on what we just looked at, you can't go wrong with either team, but I'm going to lean towards the away team, KT Wiz. And the next game that we're going to look at is Lions and Tigers. I don't like what I'm looking at here. Chris Paddock, 4.24. That's just close to the league average, 4.50. And then Adam Aller, I'm looking in here, it's like a coin flip. Paddock gave up 6 earned runs against the Tigers. And then against the Bears, 2 runs. And then he shut out the Giants. His last game was kind of shaky. And then Adam Aller, that was even the worst performance. 8 earned runs. I'm not particularly in love with either one of these pitchers, but I think the lead here has got to be the Lions. So I'm tempted to take the KT Wiz. I really am. I think that's probably our best spot, but I'm also liking the Lions here just because Haller had such a bad game against them back on the 28th, but this is a different game, so I think I'm going to take Samsung Lions. But if you don't like the Lions, I don't think you can go wrong with the Wiz. I might actually do a 2-team parlay. I like them both. Maybe instead of doing a straight bet tomorrow morning, I'll do a 2-team parlay of KT Wiz money line at -110 and Samsung -115. I think I'll do that. I don't typically play parlays for the KBO, but tomorrow I'll take a chance on that. All right, let's take a look at the model leans. And looks like for the Eagles at Bears, it's a moderate lean for the Bears run line at -1.5. KT Wiz at NC Dinos, the model recommends a pass on this, so it doesn't like the game. So it disagrees with my read. Twins at Heroes, it's a strong lean for the Twins run line, -1.5. And then Giants at Landers, that's an elite lock. I like the Landers. I'm not sure if I lean towards the Landers run line, though. I mean, if I played this one, I'd probably take the Landers money line at 130. Next game, Lions, Tigers. That's a strong lean for the Lions run line, -1.5. So since there's only one elite lock today, top lock for the day is the Landers run line. I like the Landers, but not necessarily the run line, and I don't like the recommendation as an elite lock. All right, I'll see you next time.